Welcome, YouTube communities. The G-Man got another show for you tonight. And I just want to say, here you go. Welcome, YouTube community. Another Saturday night at midnight, the witching hour. Woo! Thank you for everybody coming by and everybody catches on the rewind. Really appreciate y'all being here. I want to do a really quick shout out for Simi Art. She lives over in England, and I want to show you some stuff that I got from her today in the mail. I had ordered some prints. Art from her, and you know I like my art, and I got my favorite characters. So this is from Simi's Art, and you can find her on Instagram. I have her links posted down below, and her YouTube channel. So please go check her out. And I picked out some of my favorite characters out of her art displays that she had, and she actually did all these. Check this out. Look at Gary Oldman, Vlad Dracula, one of my favorites. Love this movie. Great piece of work here. Loved it. Thank you, Simi. Appreciate it. There's one. I actually picked up 4. This is for Queen G, and I call this the man's man. You got to like Jason Momoa. Look at that. Beautiful work. And she's got him signed all down on the bottom. So beautiful, beautiful. And we got 2 more here. John Wick. John Wick was awesome. Look at that. Love it. And my other favorite character, the Crow, Brandon Lee. So here we go. Big shout out to Simi. These are going to go on the wall, and I'll be ordering some more probably from her. She's great. So go check her out. Her links are down below. So go check her out. Now, I also got a comic call and some other stuff. But I want to get to my co-host, my one co-host, Jeff. He will be back next Saturday. Jeff, we'll see you next Saturday, buddy. Thank you. And here you go. What's a Deuce?
What's going on, G-Man?
How you doing, buddy?
Very well, very well.
Thanks for being here. Cool. How's your week been?
Good, busy.
Yeah, me too. Art Chemist, thank you for being here, buddy. We got another artist in the house. Awesome. So yeah, busy week.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. It's kind of a weird one, but you know.
Oh, tell me about it. Oh my goodness.
Crazy weather here too. So.
Oh yeah. Big time. And Captain Comics, thank you for being here. Ahoy, buddy.
Ahoy, Captain.
Yes, sir. We got 5 watching, and let's see, where are we at? So yeah, big shout out. Did you like the Simi's work?
I did. Those are really cool, man.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Yeah, really, really nice. Yeah, she's got a bunch on her website. So yeah, you guys go check her out. She's awesome. I'm gonna have her on the show one night. We're gonna have her as a guest, by the way.
Right on.
And just show off some of her artworks. I think it'd be great. So we also have another artist that's going to be on tonight, and let's not keep him waiting, because what I want to talk about is Anthony Sica. He's another community artist, and I'm just going to show you how much of a fan I was. I like his work. Everybody has a different interpretation of their own art and stories, but I enjoyed his comic book line. I bought his entire comic book line, and it was the Oh My God series. Here's from we had him back in April, and let me see, what was the date? I wrote it down. I'm trying to remember here. Oh, we had him back on April 27th, And now he's got something brand new. That title that you guys see for Misty America, we're going to be talking about that tonight, and we're going to have him on as well. So, Oh My God series, this was actually really well done, you guys. You can actually go to his website, go check him out. He will talk a little bit more about it tonight. But here's one of the models he had for Oh My God. And you notice he signed all of them as well. He even mentioned me in one of his books, Deuce.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he mentioned me and Queen G in there.
That's
which
cool.
was awesome. Yeah, in the back of the credits, which I thought was pretty cool.
It is really cool.
Very, very thoughtful. Some more. Oh my God. I'm trying to show these here. Here's a nice little homage cover. Very, very cool. Oh my God. And here was in the book. You actually had it in there. Me and Queen G are right there in the middle of the credits, which I thought was awesome. Somebody actually thinking of us, which I thought was cool. And one of my favorites, what attracted me to Anthony, other than being just really good friend, because this one, I like this. I thought this, I love vampires. Anthony hit my heart with this one. And I like Anthony for his punk rock attitude and doesn't give a shit what you think. So if you can't accept that, too bad. Go somewhere else.
Right.
But this, I love this. This was really good. I want more of this, Anthony. I'm going to tell you right now. So hopefully. But I am looking forward to his new line. I'm definitely going to be getting on it. I have all of his links down below on the bottom, you guys. So please go check them out. And without further ado, let's get to our guest.
Hey.
Awesome.
Hello, YouTube.
You're the man, buddy. Awesome. I know it's a long intro. Sorry, everybody, but it had to be. Had to be.
And I brought this out for Deuce.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm a Gene Simmons fan too. That's awesome.
Nice, dude.
Autographed.
Yeah, that's rad. That's rad.
Awesome.
All
So
about the
big-
rock and roll, my friend. Punk rock, rock and roll. Bring it on.
Yes, agreed. And my kid's first concert was Kiss. I brought him to Psycho Circus.
And speaking of rock and roll, did you guys like that tune that was playing?
Yes, I did.
I really did.
That was my band and me
That was
singing.
him.
Nice.
Yeah. Big shout out to the chat. Art Chemist.
Enough about me.
Yeah. Big shout out to the chat. Art Chemist is in the house. We have, hold on, let me get it. I'm trying to get the damn chat caught up.
I know all these guys. Captain
Here we go.
Comics.
Yo.
Oh, it's your birthday, Deuce?
It's always my birthday when Captain's
okay.
around.
Carlito, thanks for being here, buddy. Magic Lasso, buddy. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Comic Hall, you guys rock. Don't forget to watch those guys. They were great tonight. I was on their show earlier. It was awesome.
Look at all these people up late.
Yes.
Early.
And we'll have more that will pop in eventually here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man.
Awesome. We had you back here on the 27th.
Yes.
And now you got something new right there.
I put out like 2 or 3 issues of comics since I've seen you. It's crazy. I don't know what I must think I work for a comic company or something. I don't know what the deal is.
You should feel proud, though. That's your thing. That's yours.
Yes, it does.
That's really cool. How'd you get into
news? Big news. I mean, I finished Oh My God. I put out 6 issues.
Ooh, I want to blow you up. Hold on.
Blow me up. Okay, so my name is Anthony Sica. I live on the 2nd floor. Don't ask me how I feel. I put out, in the last 2 years through a pandemic and stuff, I put out 6 issues of a book called Oh My God. While I was working on issue 4 of Oh My God, I created this character called Misty America, and she's fighting demons and the devil and angels and all kinds of supernatural stuff. But then I decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to launch an IndieGoGo campaign, and I am going to try and crowdfund Misty America #1. Now, I've already reached my campaign, but you know what? I'd like to get a couple of $100 more, and I got, I think, 10 days left, or 11 days left, something like that. Go hit the link below. Go back to book. In a little bit, I'm going to tell you what you get. It's a pretty good deal. And it's my first crowdfunded book because I've pretty much been self-publishing for 2 years and putting them in comic shops and selling them out of the back of my car and mailing them to strangers and going on YouTube channels promoting stuff. And then they're like, well, how do we get your book? And I'm like, just email me. And then they're like, well, aren't you on Kickstarter or IndieGoGo? And I'm like, no, isn't it the same thing? So, but whatever. I got some cool stuff. I've got posters, trading cards. But my main pitch is, do you like big hair? Do you like bad girls? Do you like big hair, big guns, and big boobs? But the best is this Misty America #1 is about a bad girl who's a former military and also a former wrestler, like a WWE diva. And let's just say now she finds herself as a superhuman time traveler with a bunch of commandos, a la G.I. Joe and Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos.
Anthony, show your book again.
And she's got to go back in time to fight to preserve the future fate of the United States of America. And she got to like solve time anomalies and all that shit. She got to fight Al-Qaeda in 1998 so they don't bomb the wrong building, starting a chain of events that screws everything up. And she fights some killer robots. So it's a war comic. It's a bad girl comic. It's an indie outlaw comic, and it's got time travel and robots. I mean,
Show the book one more time, buddy.
And Uzis. What else can you get? You know,
I love it. I love it.
everything but the kitchen sink in 24 pages. Issue number 1. What are you gonna do?
I like it.
Yeah, I do too, and that's why I backed him. I'm definitely getting my issues.
Yes, and I thank you.
No, absolutely, brother. Art chemist Arsenio, it's so cool to see you, buddy, tonight. Seriously.
Hello to everyone in the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. You got any questions, Deuce, for
Yeah.
Anthony?
So how did you get started? I mean, how did you what made you decide that you were going to put out your own book and do all the everything and like self-publish? Like what like?
Well, I'm a graphic designer, creative director at an ad agency. I've been doing it since 1993. In the mid 90s, after the image boom and after all the indie guys like Billy Tucci with She and Razor by Everett Hartsoe and then looking at all the indie comics like Love and Rockets by Fantagraphics that I used to read when I was young, very much younger. Long story short, I started pitching ideas as a writer to Marvel and DC and Image and Dark Horse and everybody that was around in the mid 90s. I got rejection letters and stuff saying, hey, we want to see what you can do with our characters, like the whole antithesis of being a creator-owned thing. They wanted me to, can you write Youngblood or can you write the X-Men or whatever? Okay. So I got kind of frustrated and I said, well, screw that. I need to make a living. And I was married and had a mortgage and all that stuff, fun stuff. So really about 3 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago, I said to myself, you know what? Looking at all the crowdfunding type stuff online with the creators, and I just started doodling again, drawing and coming up with ideas. And I just thought to myself, you know what? If I want to get into comics, why don't I just make a comic? So all those years in advertising and marketing, I had some, connections with printers and all kinds of stuff. And I used to publish a magazine. So, myself independently, I used to have a studio years ago that published a magazine, full color, 36-page magazine, big production. So I'm very much attuned to printing and printing process and doing stuff yourself. I pitched my idea to several artists because I thought, hey, I can write, but I need someone to pencil and ink and color and do this and that. And I was kind of not happy with both rates that I was being shown by people that, were, I don't, anyway, a friend of mine from high school who's known me my whole life said, you're not going to be happy unless you do the whole thing yourself. So I said, okay. So, I started, in December or November of 2019, I just started working on a mini series that I wrote, a 6-issue series called Oh My God. And I built a universe, which I like to call the Wild Mercury universe, because my company is called Wild Mercury Comics. And that's it. And the last issue of Oh My God, issue number 6, kind of sets up a universe that includes Misty America, includes Venerella, that vampire alien that the G-Man was showing off.
Yeah.
Right.
And and G-Man will be happy to know that Venerella, the alien warrior princess from Venus, she will, the next book I work on will be Venerella #1. So
cool.
And that was a backup story. I made a flip book, like an Image Extreme Studio style flip book on issue number 5 of Oh My God. So you flipped it over and then you had this Venus and Mars. But Venerella, which a lot of people love and have been asking for, that will be my next project. Right after the minute Misty America #1 is in my hands, I'll start work on Venerella. And I actually wanted to do, I was debating whether to do Venerella right away or not, but I want to keep people waiting. And also,
sure,
I'm a sucker for Dirty Dozen, Sergeant Fury type army stuff. And I thought Misty America was fun. And because Misty America is a time traveler, G-Man, she has the opportunity to fight against Venerella in the future. So I tie the whole thing in, you know?
Very cool.
It is cool.
Very, very cool. So you were talking about military.
I hope I answered the question, Deuce.
Yeah, you did.
I'd say you certainly did, for sure.
Good. Okay.
Big time. And you were talking about military. I love the old comics. Just recently, I had picked up Sergeant Fury.
Yes.
Hold on. And that was number 95.
Yep.
Complete that run. You don't see this very often.
No.
Right there. Sorry. And then I got Sergeant Doc Savage, the Man of Bronze, number 2.
Nice.
Which is cool. But yeah. So yeah, I dig it. Dig it.
I just I spoke before on your show about my love for, Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos.
Yeah.
Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Steranko, Dick Ayers, Stan Lee stuff. And also I'm a huge fan of Sergeant Rock, Joe Kubert, Russ Heath, all that good stuff. I grew up, my grandfather was in World War II, and he used to buy me a lot of war comics, and Sergeant Fury I really dig, and I kind of based the Misty's Commando Squad. Here's actual 11x17.
Oh, hold on.
You see you got different characters. You got this guy here. He's the demolition man of the group. He's that's why he's got all the pouches. His name is Johnny Cruz. Nice. And as you notice, a little Sergeant Fury nod. I gave him a little Rebel Ralston.
I see that.
I got the most muscular guy in the crowd. His name is Aaron Williams. He's an African-American soldier who served many tours of duty with Misty America in Afghanistan. And as big as he is, he's like football. He's like the Dwayne Johnson size. He's actually the IT guy. So he's the guy in the chair. The nerd. And then I have a very crazy Mitsuki Yamada. And Mitsuki Yamada is she works for the USTF, which is the United States Time Force. But she's a ninja, Nice. And she's a ninja that's like Katana and Psylocke.
I was going to say Psylocke, right?
Yeah, and then you got Colonel Jeff Rocket Rankin, and he is the colonel that is like the squad's commander, the same way Sergeant Fury always had the commander. I think his name was Happy or whatever. Right. He's the guy that brought them all together, and he has a rocket pack. And I just like Army guys, like drill sergeant types with rocket packs, because I have a 12-year-old son, and when he was very small, I used to watch the animated film Monsters versus Aliens with him.
Yeah.
And do you remember the colonel who's smoking the stogies? He was always flying up in the rocket to go talk to the giantess, so he always had a rocket pack on. So that's where that came from. But, again, a knockoff Dirty Dozen, Sergeant Fury. And by the way, they're time traveling commandos. So they don't have any dog tags or any official business.
Just a big shout out to the community really quick. I have to say this. Don't say I didn't warn you. I see Anthony going somewhere, and you're going to regret it if you don't get on the ground level right now. As a collector, I'm telling you now. I'm just telling you now. Sorry, Anthony. I like your work.
That's okay. I appreciate it.
I like your attitude. Your show from last Tuesday. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see Misty America.
Yeah.
But the model, that's what happens when you get models. Yeah. You pay them a premium, and they show up or they don't show up.
Yeah.
But your subject matter for that night was awesome. I just want to say, I think it was great.
Well, it was about, I think it's absurd. People, and of course I brought it up kind of self-serving reason. I mean, let's face it. I draw a comic with a big-haired, big-chested protagonist, and she can kick ass, but I like to draw women on the sexy side.
Yeah.
And the whole idea that you can objectify comics or comic creators, to me, is absurd, because they are two-dimensional objects. They are lines on a page. So by definition, both male and female forms on paper are indeed objects. So it is okay to objectify them if you like. And if you don't like to look at it, then don't buy that particular comic.
Right.
I think Jessica Rabbit said it best. I'm not bad. I was just drawn that way.
Right.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's good news.
But I mean, it's, it is what it is. And like, you like what you like, and
Sure.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's always going to be some difference of opinion amongst people, and that's just
of course. Art, the general creed that I've lived my life by. As I said, I've been a musician my whole life. I've been a writer. I was a magazine publisher, and I've been a marketing director, or creative director, which means I create ads for a living my whole life.
Sure.
Art is subjective. It's not like going to the bank when you make a withdrawal and they give you a receipt, your transaction's done. People critique you, they like you, they hate you. It's all subjective. It always will be, but you got to do you. Yep. Whether it's comics or movies or TV or whatever, it's still art. Even if you don't like it, it's still art and it's valid. But the thing is like, it is what it is.
See, that's something I liked about, that's another thing I liked about Anthony too. I'm trying to figure out the wording. I keep saying it wrong, but you got this punk rocker attitude, like and I love that.
Well, my slogan when I started the book, and if you see me at a convention, you'll see my banner behind me says like punk rock on paper, and I say that on my YouTube because, that's what I want to be. I aspire to be punk rock on paper. I do not want to be polished. I do not want to look corporate. By my personal aesthetic. My personal aesthetic is not to provide an inferior product, but I just don't want to look like, your typical Marvel and DC comic of 2021. Right. I don't even want to look like an Image comic from 2021 or IDW. I want to look like my book, my books, lettering wise, everything else, I am as pro as can be. But, another thing for viewers that don't know, my book is in black and white. Is it in black and white because I'm trying to save money? No, it's in black and white because when I started my indie comic books, I wanted everyone to see the lines on the page, and I didn't want to have them glossed over by computer colors or watercolors or anything. I wanted the same way that Grateful Dead looking thing behind you see the black and white.
Yep.
I can see every bit of rendering and texture in that. Today, comics are, to me, sometimes look like coloring books or too graphic. They look like video game graphics. And again, being 50 years old, I grew up in the Bronze era, and that's the kind of shit I like. Believe me, if I could print my book on newsprint, I would. But I really dig the aesthetic of late 80s, early 90s indie comics. And all those comics I loved were all black and white. And that's what I'm doing right now.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, so do I. And another thing, too, I got to say this because there's some community members that brought this up on my last show. And I'm going to bring myself up on this one. And I'm just going to say it the way it is. So you don't have to. You're your own person. You're your own choice. I'm giving you the option to look up something totally unique and something totally new. Go check out my brother down there. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm telling you just to go check him out. If you like what you see, please support another brother in the community. It'd be much appreciated. That's for all you trolls out there. So back off.
Sorry, are there some trolls out there?
Oh yeah, I had to get that out because they said that I was saying to tell them, I was telling them do this. I'm saying go.
Well, I'll tell them to do it. Please, please
go.
go to here. I'm gonna tell them to do it right now. Look, go to IndieGoGo. The links down below. Go click on it and spend $25.
There you go, buddy.
You will get 5 copies of Misty America #1 with 5 different covers. You will also get 3 trading cards and an email saying thank you.
Dude, that's a deal. That's a steal. That's
I'm going to tell you something right now, Anthony. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh. I don't care what happens in the future, but just talking about your future, if you make it big, people are going to regret this day when they see this on the rewind later.
Well, you can. Well, I'll send you extra copies, G-Man, so you can have your CGC copies. And then I have my next package for $50. Get this. You will get 5 covers, 5 issues with 5 variant covers. You will get a copy of Oh My God issue #4, which was Misty America's debut and has her on the cover. I'm not going to bring up my screen, but I'll just show you. This is the cover. So I'll be sending you 6 comic books.
It's a variant, guys.
You'll get a total of 6 trading cards, 2 posters.
Okay, so I gotta ask: is this a cameo or is this first appearance? I couldn't help it. I had to.
It's a first appearance. First appearance by Misty America. She fights and does all kinds of shit. Now, then the VIP package, which is a little more costly, it's $100. But let me put that into perspective. You will get 6 comics, 8 trading cards, 2 posters, and the best thing of all is if you email and tell me what kinds of stuff you like, I will do a drawing like this, pencil and ink, loose, and send you a Bristol board 11x17 original signed piece of artwork if you back the campaign at $100. You don't get you won't get a Sharpie sketch. I will give you a fully penciled, full inked pinup. There won't be backgrounds. There won't be other characters in it unless you like other characters. Someone backed me for $100 and is a fan of classic Ms. Marvel.
Nice.
From this, 77, 78, whatever.
It was on your Tuesday show.
I told this person that I would draw Misty America either ripping off the Ms. Marvel costume or I will have her in the sky fighting Ms. Marvel.
Oh,
another person backed it $100 is a huge Wolverine fan. So I said, I will draw Misty America and instead of guns in her hand, she'll have claws coming out, whatever. So for $100, you get 6 comics, a total of, I think, 7 or 8 trading cards, 2 posters, all signed, and you get an 11x7. I'm not talking about a 6x9 that fits in a Gemini. I'm not talking about 8.5x11 on copy paper. I will create an 11x17 Bristol board original piece of artwork signed by me. Might even have some whiteout on it. Original art, 11x17, Misty America themed. And I have 3 backers like that so far, at $100, which is great. Thank you. But I need some more backers. And here's the deal. I want to tell everybody my pitch for jumping on my campaign is very simple. I am as independent gets. I have no aspirations to have a Netflix film, Netflix series, Hulu series, or any of that bullshit. I don't want to work for Marvel. I don't want to work for DC. If Image, Marvel, and Dark Horse called me up right now, I'd tell them to go F themselves because I don't want to work for anyone. I want to work for me And I am an independent creator. What that means is I don't have anyone working for me, with me, or over me. I draw, I write, I create, I letter, I edit, and I publish the thing myself 24/7. And that's it. True independence. I'm not some writer with some guy in Brazil drawing and some girl in France lettering and some guy coloring in Ecuador. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's just not me, because I am punk rock on paper.
I love it. Really quick, I got to do something for I got to do a quick brick drop for somebody. Yep, brick drop, because
Dusty Brick Brown.
Dusty Brick Brown's in the house.
Nice to see you again, Dusty.
Big quick shout out for these guys. Go check those guys out every other Saturday.
It's like a WWE program. I keep waiting for Triple H to walk onto the
screen. Hey, that's just how we do it here.
I don't even know what that means.
Those guys are awesome tonight.
I'm still waiting for the 2 minute one man leaves.
So yeah.
Anyway, any more questions? Does the chat have any questions?
Yeah, I'm wondering. Any chat?
They're all just saying hi to each other.
I know. I seen that.
Right?
I seen that.
So
dude, Anthony, all good buddy.
Obviously, you have complete creative control, and that makes all perfect sense, because you, like you just covered, there's nobody telling you what to do, what you can and can't do, how to edit, what because I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of these big boy books, and a lot of these big publishers, is that there's so many issues with what people want to do creatively. And I think that's really, really cool that you've actually, got your own completely independent thing. And it's smart. It's good. It's cool.
And thank you. And, I set my goal small, like $500. I have I'm $8 away from 700. I'd like to get between 1,200 and 1,500, because I have some extra things I'd like to do. I want to I'm actually having hats made. I'd like to add that to the campaign. Nice. It's a great trucker hat. It's white foam with blue background, red beak with the Misty America American logo on the top. I'd like to get T-shirts made that say Misty America on the back, and on the front says "Make Comics Indie Again."
Nice.
And again, I'd like to do more books. But that you said that, Deuce, to be honest with you, my book is even the funds I've raised, I can go to press tomorrow, but I still have 6 pages to draw. Yeah. So as soon as I'm done with that, I take a week to letter and clean it up, and it goes to the printer, and I have it 4 or 5 days later. But the thing is, regardless of whatever, I am fulfilling my campaign either the last week of August or the first week of September. Sure. I set a deadline for myself. And the reason I have to do that is because I'm doing a convention on September 18th or something like that. And the truth of the matter is, I want my backers to have all the stuff 2 weeks before I do that. But at the convention, I will not have trading cards. I will not probably sell one of the covers. So if you back me exclusively on IndieGoGo right now, you're getting things that you can't even get from me in person. And I sure as hell I'm not going to draw 11 by 17 Bristol board pinups for anybody at a convention for $100 plus all the books.
No kidding. Yeah.
So that's it. So again, back the book. It's cool. And you know what? There's, even forget about supporting independent stuff or our creators. It's just a cool book. It's got time travel and boobs and guns and robots. So
Anthony,
yeah.
Here's a question for you.
Yes, sir.
How does your wife think about all this?
My wife loves my stuff. She supports everything I do. Her only the only thing she ever criticizes me for is drawing boobs too big. And and I just and it's not even that I have a fetish for big boobs, because if I draw the boobs too small, they look weird.
Yeah.
So it's like you either draw them big, or you either go big or go home. You know? Oh, and here's a special cool thing. I just want to show this real quick.
Sure, go ahead, buddy.
This is a sketch that was done by a guy named Lou Manna. Lou Manna is an artist from Staten Island, New York, who worked on DC House of Mystery and worked on Wallywood's Thunder Agents, and has done some Phantom stuff.
Yep.
And also did Blue
What was
Ribbon.
the name again?
Lou Manna, Manna.
That sounds familiar.
He also did he's done he's a protege of Rich Buckler in the late 70s, early 80s. And the cool story is that he owned a comic book store in Staten Island, New York.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked in it at 12 years old, bagging and boarding comics for him.
Oh, that's crazy.
In exchange for him to teach me how to do pencil layouts
Wow.
when I was 12. I hadn't talked to him since then. So I'm 50. I was 12. I hadn't talked to him since I turned 50. I Facebook messaged him and said, "Hey, remember me? I wouldn't be doing this shit that I do if it wasn't for you. I wish I would have kept in touch with him all those years." But he still draws and he does commissions. He's got a website, all that stuff. But the cool thing is he drew that picture of Misty America for me. And he said, "Why don't you ink that and use it either at a convention or offer it for a package?" So that was super cool. I'm going to be inking it this week.
Cool.
You know, and the reason I haven't done it already is because I really want to stick to the, I want to ink it real tight with his pencils, but still add just a little bit of rendering that just so it looks like my style. And there we go from there. But the cool thing is that was a cool thing, because I literally wouldn't be doing any of this if he hadn't given me a copy of How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way.
Yeah.
And then, And then
I have that book.
And pull out all the penciled pages that he was working on. In fact, most of the tools I use, like this like Mead gray gum eraser, I use because of this gentleman, because when he was teaching me how to pencil pages at the age of 12 and showing me anatomy lessons and making me take pages, he used to like assign pages of How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, and he used to lend me this anatomy book, and he said, "I want you to draw like a page of biceps for me." Right. And at 12 years old, I was like, "Fuck this! I want to draw the X-Men and Fantastic Four." But looking back on it, he had just published two issues of Wallywood's Thunder Agents. And he worked with Willie Blyberg was inking, and Rich Buckler was working on it, and Dick Giordano. He's worked for Dick Giordano and a bunch of people, but he was never an A level artist. He was always kind of behind the scenes, working for studios for some of the bigger artists. Right. That's a big secret, by the way. A lot of those big time artists in the 70s and 80s, just like Rob Liefeld had guys doing finishes and layouts for him, so did a lot of those old timers, man. Even Neil Adams, by the way, big secret, had some like a cast of people working with him. Like, "Oh, I don't want to draw this tree. Draw this tree for me."
Yep.
Right.
So.
Yep.
But anyway, so I'm going to be offering either a poster or yet another variant cover, because I'm just crazy insane. So everybody that backs it's going to get something from Lou Manna too.
Nice. Cool. Really cool.
Very cool.
And me.
So another question. Are you currently collecting any of the recent books that are coming out? Are you still a comic book collector?
Yeah.
Let me, well, first of all, I'm going to just rephrase that. I'm a comic book reader.
Right.
I collect nothing, that I don't like. So I know that I was listening to I was listening to a YouTube channel a few hours ago with G-Man on it, and they were talking about keys and CGC and slabs, and I don't do any of that shit. And by the way, not that there's anything wrong with it.
No.
But like, for example, I'm like reading right now. I think I'm reading Red Sonja by Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor.
Nice.
Right.
I'm reading Spawn. And as far as the big two, I actually, believe it or not, as I'm always talking about independence and non-corporate, but I actually like Wonder Girl by DC because I'm a big Joelle Jones fan.
Okay.
Her artwork.
I'm a big fan of hers too. I have a good long run of our Catwoman stuff.
I bought her Catwoman stuff. I'm a fan from Lady Killer days.
Okay.
And some of the early Tom King stuff she did on Batman.
Yep.
She did, I think, 4 or 5 issues in his Batman run that are just amazing. So I'm a big fan of hers, and that's what I'm buying from DC. Marvel at the moment, I'm not buying anything from, just because I don't like anything that they're putting out. Personally.
Sure.
And then every now and then I pick up an independent book if it's by Image or someone else, or when I see like a no-name person like myself on the rack, I'll pick it up. I'm reading a book called Stake by Scout Comics out of Tampa, Florida, because it's written by a friend of mine and I really like it. But other than that, and there are some independents on YouTube and the internet who are doing the IndieGoGo stuff like I am. I have backed some campaigns here and there, but you only get their stuff like once every year. And by the way, a big inspiration of mine, a guy named Everett Hartsoe, who ran London Night Studios and published Razor in the early 90s,
Razor,
which was like the female version of the Crow.
Yep.
I have some of those books.
I have a ton of the books, and Everett Hartsoe, the creator, has been doing campaigns on Kickstarter, and I backed like 3 of his campaigns, and he's been like every 2 months, he's been putting out an issue. Oh, and speaking of every 2 months, I am an avid reader of Jim Balance, Tarot Witch.
Yeah, Tarot of the Black Rose.
Right. And I've been reading that for a couple years. I have all the trades, but I started I put that on my pull list after meeting Jim and Holly at a convention 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And in 2019, I guess. And since then, and by the way, I have every Catwoman that Jim Balance ever drawn. I have some early Dark Horse stuff. And again,
what is the early Dark Horse stuff he's done?
He's got some Dark Horse Presents.
He did.
Ooh, which ones?
Yeah,
I don't know. They're in a box, but but the Dark Horse Presents that have the little circular faces. You'll recognize it'll look like a Jim Ballant. Yeah. So
cool.
And also Jim Ballant, I just big boobs.
Yep. Yeah. And redhead.
Yes. Oh, hey, here's some news for you, G-Man. Even though it's a black and white book, there is a character being introduced in Misty America #1, a female, and she is going to be a redhead.
Nice.
Just for you.
Thank you.
You just sold the book to G-Man, I'll tell you that.
And of course, Venerella #1, which will come out in early 2022 or maybe December of this year, maybe for Christmas. Venerella's all red, so her skin's red and her hair's orange. So there's ginger all over, my friend.
Yeah, that's good with me.
Are there any particular writers that you're drawn to? Do you buy any books?
I'm curious.
Yes,
writers as well.
Okay, yeah. Let me. You know what? I'll make a confession. Current writers. I'm going to go current first and then go classic.
Okay.
Sure.
Current writers. I actually really enjoy Donny Cates.
Yeah.
I really love Donny Cates. I've bought everything Donny Cates has put out at Marvel. Yep. And and I was a big fan of God Country when it came out.
God Country was good. Yep.
So
I was happy with Silver Surfer line as well.
Silver Surfer Black is phenomenal to me.
Yeah, and yeah.
When I read that, I was like, I'm back in the 60s with Stan and Jack.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, and of course, let's go back all the way to the past. Stan and Jack, of course. Stan or Jack, whoever you think did the books. That's who I like. Danny O'Neill, Roy Thomas, you know, all those guys. Whether they were hippie freaks or conservative Nixon fans, I don't care. They were the 60s and 70s, amazing writing. Jim Starlin, huge fan. Writing, drawing, everything.
You like Hickman?
I'm sorry?
You like Hickman?
I do and I don't.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna leave there.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I know I can. Well, here's the thing. Objectively, I can say that he's a great writer.
Yeah, he is.
But subjectively, I don't like what he does to the characters. So
okay.
And you know, and again,
I'll be honest. Anthony,
and by the way, I used to be in love with Neil Gaiman and Alan Moore and all that.
Right.
But my hot take, I want to put oven mitts on to say it out loud. I think they kind of ruined comic books. And no, listen to this.
Yep.
When you turn comic books into Shakespeare or Kurt Vonnegut novels, sometimes so much deconstruction takes the fun out of it. And then in 2021, everybody's arguing about diversity and politics and all that crap.
I know where you're going with this.
And that's where I'm going with it. You understand?
I understand.
By the way, I think Neil Gaiman is one of the best writers in the world. However, when I read Sandman volumes, sometimes I get sleepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I totally get it.
And when you read Swamp Thing by Alan Moore, it's groundbreaking, earth-shattering stuff. But goddamn, there's so many words on that page.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
No.
So that's what I'm getting at. It's just like, you know what? Give me a one and done Fantastic Four number 54. You read it, you're done with it. It's all contained.
Yep.
You might never read another issue again, but you're happy. With Sandman, Alan Moore stuff, all these intellectual types.
Yep.
You got to follow like 60 issue arc to get to the point.
Yep.
And then to me, they never stick the landing.
Right.
Yep.
I love Grant Morrison.
Yeah, I do too.
In my youth,
yep,
I would read Invisibles, the whole volume, like the whole series, like once a year. But now, as I'm older, I'm like, you know, I still don't get most of it. You know, so again, a guy who's, you know, and again, I come from a writing background.
Sure. So
my point is, I'm at the point where less is more verbally,
right,
or literature wise, and I want comics to be a visual medium again.
Well, I mean, it is. I mean, that was entirely the point. You know what I mean? But you're right. It did get very, very, you know, literary there for some time.
Yeah, and you pick up
necessarily a bad thing, but it's just like anything. Like it's all about preference, right?
No, it's not. And you know, the thing is like, you know, I like sometimes I like, you know, Bloom County or Dagwood and Blondie Sunday newspaper strips where it's like only 5 words, but man, those writers told a hell of a story in those 5 panels.
Yeah, they did.
That's all. You know,
it's all about the art medium, of course. That's, you know, absolutely.
Yeah, and I think that's and I'm going to be controversial and say I think that the writer has taken center stage, or the writers in comics today have been the headlining band, and the artists are now the opening acts. And I think it should be the other way around, because you know what? In 1983, if John Byrne was drawing something, it didn't matter whether he was writing it or anybody else was writing it. You were buying that shit because John Byrne was drawing it.
Yeah.
And today, I notice whether it's on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or a solicitation, they don't even mention the artists anymore. They're
No,
like, here's the new Legion of Superheroes by Brian Michael Bendis or Rorschach by Tom King or whatever. And like, no one even mentions the artist. And to be honest with you, I think and by the way, I write and draw my own comic. I'm the writer too, but I still think the artist is more important. That's just me.
I'll take it a step further. I'll actually say that the cover artist is probably more like the middle act. The actual artist in the book itself is usually the opening act.
Deuce, if I could, I'd kiss you through the screen. I'd kiss that David Cockrum loving Nightcrawler right through the screen.
It's actually Sienkiewicz.
Yeah, no, I know. I was just using the fact that Nightcrawler was Cockrum's favorite character. And John Byrne hated him. But the point is, you made a good point. Yeah, the cover artist is more important than like,
look.
Yeah, it's like, and again,
visual medium again.
G-Man, I've said it a million times in this podcast and others. The curtains have to match. The carpet has to match the drapes.
Yep.
And the thing that annoys me so much is when you get is 1 out of 250 cover variant by Art Germ or Peach Coconut or whatever her name is or whatever. and then you have the interiors that look like crap. Like Brian Boland did them.
Yes.
Like for example, Ivan Reyes, who I think is an amazing artist. In the DC artist Ivan Reyes, if I'm saying the name right, who is like on par with greats like Jose Garcia Lopez and Neil Adams with his drawing style.
Right.
Yet every book he does has a variant cover by someone else that again looks like it's a video game crashed into a disco. And the cover artist gets all the glory. And it's like, and what's funny is even Peach Coconut or Momoko or whatever her name is, her new series.
I do like some of her stuff.
I know her name. I'm just kidding.
I know you are.
Peach Coconut, all her books that she does interiors on now, all 2 of them, they have J. Scott Campbell covers. So go figure. They don't even let the most famous cover artist they have do her own covers. So I don't know.
That's a sad thing. Yeah,
but
I've seen that.
It is crazy.
You're right, though. I mean, the whole cover grab is it's all a cash grab.
Sure. Yep. That's why on my IndieGoGo campaign I have 5 variant covers. But I do 4 of them.
Yeah, so is Dave Cockrum gonna maybe guest write something? Oh, never mind. Sorry.
I wish Dave Cockrum did a cover for me. I don't even know if Dave Cockrum's still alive, to be honest with you.
I don't either, but I mean, I think it's funny in this day and age the way that we all go after, all these different covers, and it's just kind of the nature of the beast at this point. But and I think people certainly chase their favorite artists, and they definitely go for specific covers and the variants. Of course, the ratios is where people are just absolutely cleaning house as far as the publishers go.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
So, I mean, there's certain issues of books that I have, 8, 9 covers of, and it's 3 issues.
Right. And Barbarian Kung Fu says he likes disco, by the way.
Yeah, I see that.
I love the nightlife. I like to boogie.
Yeah.
Nice.
Joey back. What's up?
Very cool. Nice.
Barbarian here too.
Nice, Barbarian.
All these Dazzler covers.
Yeah. It was amazing. We were looking at, when I was on with the crew tonight, they were looking up eBay listings. They had the Dazzler on there, a raw copy for like $900. It was ridiculous. It was insane.
All of it's going that way.
You see Micronauts #1 is going for like $800.
Yes. I'm like, what? Are you out of your mind?
That was in the dollar bin 2 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah. And it probably still should be. Let's be honest.
Yes.
It's great Michael Golden stuff, but it's not only, what were you talking about, Comic Tom or whatever? It's not only those guys, but believe it or not, there's channels like Cartoonist Kayfabe.
Yeah.
They're like, every time they put a Michael Golden book up, it's in the dollar bin, and then the following week it's $50 or $100 or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
So really quick, we're getting into the hour mark. Hold on. I want to do something really quick. I'm going to try to do this really quick. It's not going to happen though. So I'm going to show Anthony's intro one more time. You can actually check out his links down below. So please go check out Anthony. We're supporting him tonight. I want you to show him some love. And this is what he's got to offer. Sorry, technical error. So I just let it keep going.
And that can be yours for $25.
Right.
5 covers, trading cards, and more. Back now.
So I'm interested. It's interesting that you're doing trading cards. There's a whole lot of trading card craziness going on too. Yep. Not to mention the whole, comic book is going absolutely bonkers world right now.
Yeah, and there'll be color trading cards. I've created 5 of them, and I'm gonna have a total of either 7 or 8 cards total. So it'll be a nice sheet of cards. They'll be cut, and I'll ship them in little plastic card holders, and
nice.
You'll get them with your books. And I'm not going to sign the cards though. I'm going to sign all the comics, whether people want them signed or not. I'm going to sign them.
I want mine signed.
I'm going to draw penises and smiley faces on. I'm going to do a Jeff Bezos spacecraft picture. But anyway, yeah. So you get like 5 books and bunch of and 3 trading cards at least for the $25 package.
Right.
$50 package gets you posters and even more trading cards and more comic books. And go to the Indiegogo page. All the covers are there. You can see them all. And again, I'm going to have a little extra stuff before the campaign ends. I think I have like 10 or 11 days. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, back the campaign, support independent comic books. And yeah, this is hell yeah, America. But it's America. She grew up in the 90s. She fought in Afghanistan in the 2016 to 18, and now she's in the future and she's a time traveler. So, it's what it is.
I like it.
And by the way, I believe she's Captain Misty America. So if you take the Misty away, she's really Captain America.
Nice.
But she doesn't need no fucking shield.
And really quick, I want to do this really quick for John Comics. Here we go. Boom. We're going to do a quick ad for him really quick. Don't forget, check him out in the links down below. Don't forget to use this code. Got to plug him. I'm waiting for a 40-pound box. I call it the drunk box.
Right.
I got a little too buzzed one night on one of his auctions, and I spent way more than I should have.
Yeah, I've been there, done that. I did too.
I'm waiting to open that box because I can't remember what's in that damn box.
Right.
I'd love a comics QVC on in the middle of the night on TV.
No, see, the auctions are terrible, man. That's where you're just like up and you've had a drink or two, or you're just hanging out and you're like, oh wait, I'm bored. I'm gonna go to a comic auction.
Sure.
Bad idea.
No.
Don't worry about the credit card bills. We can pay them next month.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I mean that's exactly what happens. Like, that would be an awful idea. QVC.
Good evening, actual
Dracula. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Wait a minute. Big shout out to Barbarian, Misty America. And blue sparkled. Yeah. And we also have the actual Dracula. Good evening,
Dracula.
sir.
What's up?
Definitely want to see you on the show, buddy. So we got to talk. We're going to have him on the show soon. So anyway, buddy, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I hope I helped. I hope this helps. I really do. Everybody out in the community, catch us on the rewind, please. Deuce, you got anything coming up down the pipeline? You gonna be on my show next Saturday?
I'll be on your show next Saturday. And like I said, I'm just, doing my thing.
Anthony, I want you to plug yourself again. So tell everybody what you're doing, what you got coming. Bum, bum, bum.
Hey, my name's Anthony Sica. I'm the creator of the indie sensation Oh My God from the past 2 years, self-publisher of Wild Mercury Comics. And I have a new book on IndieGoGo called Misty America #1. Misty America is a badass, big hair, big chested, time traveling commando.
You got part of the comic book in front of you, right?
Who fights robots, aliens, all kinds of cool shit. And it will be fulfilled either the last week of August or the first week of September. $25 gets you 5 variant signed covers, trading cards, and my signatures on everything, and a nice email saying thank you for supporting independent comics. And hey, you know what? If everybody liked that song that was playing during the trailer, maybe I'll send everybody free MP3s of that song.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's called Scream for Blood, and it was written by me. So I have full rights to send it anywhere I want to.
Nice. Thank you so much, Anthony. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Real quick, I was going to ask big musical inspirations. You have any big bands that you were just absolutely in love with growing up, or even now that you're still listening to? Or
Big fan of the Beatles and Bob Dylan, and I am inspired by everything from Rush to Metallica to Anthrax to Waylon Jennings, whatever it is. Music. You know what? I got in my car right now, I got Duran Duran and Metallica.
That's a big difference. Nice.
Well, I'm much the same. I'm a little bit all over the place. I like the old outlaw country stuff too, but I don't really like a lot of the new poppy country. Ugh.
No, definitely not. I'm a Rodney Crowell, Emmylou Harris, Waylon Jennings kind of guy.
Yeah.
Big Graham Parsons fan, Flying Burrito Brothers.
Really?
Love that stuff. But again, like the Kiss, this is for Deuce.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. You got a signed Gene.
This was the Deuce.
Sweet.
Dude, I love all the old school rock and roll. I don't care if it's heavy metal, glam, all that stuff. Punk rock. I grew up with all that stuff.
Listen to David Bowie and Iron Maiden in the same half an hour.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you ever heard like my music go off like in any kind of cycle, you'll go from Nina Simone to Slipknot in like 3 songs.
Yep.
Yeah, I had Tori Amos and Dream Theater playing the other day when I was drawing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'll go from the Descendants to Count Basie.
And I love old school 80s punk, Black Flag.
Hell yeah.
Dead Kennedys.
I got in trouble at high school.
Circle Jerks.
I was such a rebel in high school. I sprayed Dead Kennedys. I used to go to Kennedy Senior High School in Bloomington and sprayed Dead Kennedys on the cement sidewalk in black spray paint.
They must have loved that.
Oh, I got suspended. Yeah. Had to clean it up. Yep.
And if you put Ramones, then it would be the Rock and Roll High School.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
Big shout out to my brother there, Chris Large. Yo, my Australian brother. Thank you. Make sure you go check out his links down below. Something to ponder, I call it. Go check out his show. He's got a great show. And Chris, you got to email me again because I haven't seen it. Haven't seen your email. So contact me, buddy. What is it?
Yeah,
Love the Dead Kennedys. Yes.
I'm looking really forward to live shows coming back this year too, because
apparently that'd be awesome.
Everything's finally starting back up again. So
Crash Conflict. Oof.
I think the last show I actually saw before the whole pandemic hit was actually Maiden. Believe it or not.
Very nice.
Nice.
And they put on a hell of a show still after all these years. Their stage presence is absolutely ridiculous.
They have a new album coming out next month.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Okay, stick around, gentlemen. Thank you very much, YouTube community. I really appreciate your support. Please support another community brother in the clan here. Hold on. Wait a second. I gotta fix something really quick. So go check out Anthony Sica's. His links are down, descriptions are down below. Go check out all of my other brothers and sisters down there and below. Wonderful people. And next week we have another special guest coming on, the bearded comic bro. I think you all know him. He's going to be on the show for next Saturday. And that's it. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Anthony, thank you very much for being here. Brother Deuce, thank you very much for being here. So,
my pleasure.
Peace, love, blessed be you guys, and we will see you next Saturday. We're out.